Get a couple people in here before we start, man. This is low key my favorite jacket right here, man. It's my lucky jacket. Now I'm a little hot. What's good? What's good? What's good? Nala, how you doing? How you doing? Where you checking in from? Oh, my bad. I got the mic right here. Where you checking in from? Where y'all from? How y'all doing? We got a good little video, even though it's like, what, 2 o'clock? Ooh. Come on, Satan. Stop playing with me. Where you from, Nyla? Go ahead and hit that like button for me. Get me in the algorithm. Go ahead and get them hearts pumping, y'all. You already know the program, you know what I'm saying? We about to go into some real good game. You know what I'm saying? I go by Game Like Will. Um, you know what I'm saying? Nothing but, I'm a lifestyle coach, a dating coach. So that's why I go by Game Like Will, because I'm about to give y'all some game. Yo, what's up, Barry? How you doing today, man? Hit that like button. I don't even want to get started till I see some hearts and some likes in the chat. I don't even want to get started. But I see Barry in here every day. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the likes. I see Barry in here every day, man. Very consistent. You like a DoorDash driver who always late, something missing. What's good, Regina Watcher? How you feeling? Where you from? Thank you for the likes. I look like a DoorDash driver. What you trying to say, bro? I swear this jacket look way flyer to me, like visually, like me looking at it, but like when I see it like on camera and shit, or like it don't look as fly. Like maybe I just don't. Maybe I'm not rocking it the right way. Maybe I'm not rocking the jacket the right way. So man, what's good, y'all? What's good, man? Did you see the Jeff counter um, compartment had had it go past the back from hit it up on the real big dog? What? What's good, Roblox? How you feeling today, bro? We're about to get into this game, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, get me in the algorithm, get them hearts pumping, so we can go ahead and get into today's content, man. I don't know why I feel like hitting the vape, man. Y'all making me nervous tonight. Yo, it's Titino TV. What's good? What's good, man? Every time I see a check next to y'all name, I think y'all famous. I ain't gonna lie. Let me know, is you famous, bruh? Pokey time, what's good, Pokey? Young Gonzo, you got AC on 40 degree. Man, I'm hot. I don't even know how to do this jacket on. Somewhat famous. You can help me get famous, bro. Hey, I forgot to say, when I come in here, I tell people, I say, treat me like I'm famous. Nah, that's fame. 107K. That's fame, man. I got like 1K. You know, like to somebody who don't do YouTube, like Pokey said, I only have 16, right? So to somebody like that, they're like, they think that I got fame or some shit or like some type of fame. But like, I'm like, nah. You gonna shout me out? Damn, this shit. I need to charge it. Yo, definitely shout me out, bro. I'm about to get a It look like you play. I appreciate that one super chat. Thank you, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Your name, Titano. It's Titano. Titano. Hey, I'm trying to It look like you play. Do you play Roblox or something? Are you a gaming channel or what type of channel is you? Sean, I'm not about to call my ex, bruh. Okay, you play Fortnite. My nephew play Fortnite. You feel me? And he got PS5 and stuff like that. Um, During Black Friday, I'm trying to get a system because I ain't had a system in a long time, so I'm trying to lock back in. So I will be playing games. I will be playing games. I will be um damn, why my brain not working for me right now? Mm. I will be playing games and I will be what you call it. All right, Tatino, for sure, man. I screenshotted you, so I'm gonna go over there and see what you're talking about over there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Totino, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make you a moderator too. Definitely, man. Have a good night. Have a great night, man. Have a great night. Uh, yeah, I'm not calling my ex, man. That's done. What's good, Alexander? How you feeling today? I'm about to have to just start the topic of the night because hold on. I'm gonna give y'all before I do that. It's hot as shit. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on. Before I do that though, um, where you from, Omari? Let me see. Elena, what's goody? Miss Elena, how you feeling today? Free Palestine. Can you give me? You give me? Can you give me? Give me some advice can you is you stuttering through the joint from my first girlfriend? What type of advice do you need? Oh, shout out to Tennessee, man. I had this one chick from Tennessee when I was living in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling, Elena. You know what I'm saying? Vibing. We got a little bit of good content coming in this video. Um, but nah, man. Shout out to that. Shout out to what you gonna call it, Elena. Make sure you pump them hearts in the chat. Get them, yeah. Get them. You know, reactions going. I appreciate that so much. Um, yo, you need to get us some entertainment. What type of entertainment, bro? I'm about to get into today's topic. I'll tell you that much. Appreciate you so much, Elena. Real talk. So this live is basically about how to go to an event, and basically, you know, be attractive at the event. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. And we got 3 steps. We're gonna break it down in 3 simple steps for y'all. Some music. I got Spotify, man, but I don't got no Bluetooth speaker. I gotta get one, man. I'm gonna get one for y'all. I'm gonna get one off of TikTok or something. I'm gonna have it let's say by next month. Just make sure y'all subscribe and lock in. What type of music y'all want to hear anyway? What's good, Jig? How you feeling today, bro? Where you checking in from, man? I've been good, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Is that I'm gonna go on my my alt RQ. One sec, I'm gonna send you a gift. I appreciate that, Elena. Jig. We went to high school. What school? What high school I went to? This is gonna be the. This is gonna let you know if you saying anything. Shout out to Elena with the gift. Shout out to Elena. Real talk. Elena looking out. Shout out to Elena. Much love to Elena. Showing much love. I appreciate you, Elena. Hey, yo, Jig, you saying anything? Shout out to Elena, man, with the gifted, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much, Elena. Thank you. Let's do it. I appreciate you, man. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, hold on. The mic wasn't plugged in. Thank you so much, Elena. I appreciate you so much. Do I sound better now on the mic? Cause what the Elena, she sent me gifts. Shout out to Elena. Shout out to Elena. Real talk. Real talk. Elena, where you from again? I forgot. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Elena, man. Real talk. But yeah, bro, you lying, Jig. We ain't go to high school together. Quit that. Amari said King Von. King Von, all he talked about was drilling, but I'm sure there's a song of his that I could like, but you know, I'm more of a Tupac. Also lately, matter of fact, y'all should follow me on Instagram. Um, it's a lot of good songs that I don't know why I can't talk right now. It's like my brain hurt or some shit. My fucking brain hurt. My bad, y'all. Let me see. Just came in. Can already tell I appreciate you. I appreciate you too. Tonight with Peter, Boiled Lesbians band is good for metal rap. I don't know why people go live and just stare at the screen and don't be talking about shit, but saying welcome to the live. Man, we love you. Subscribe, much better. Shout out to Elena, man. Real talk. Um, Korea, but I'm enjoying. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, for sure. How is it in Georgia? How do you feel about Georgia? You know what I'm saying? Said, bro, yesterday I almost got hit by a car. That's crazy. Appreciate the love. Keep showing love. I appreciate that. Let's really do this right now. It's the middle of the night. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not in here, but we still can make a profound video, a profound live. It's act pretty bad. What you mean it's act pretty bad? Georgia is pretty bad. Like it's bad out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and share the three stages real quick that y'all guys want to basically show up as when you go to events or any square building. You could treat any place like an event, really. At the end of the day, and I think you guys should do such a thing. You know what I'm saying? And get in the practice of knowing what to do. I mean, not much to do really. Okay, okay. So you just be in the crib, just on some like homebody type vibes. Like it ain't really no like. I'm sure I got some food out there, like some food shit. But yeah, yeah, yeah. No. So fellas, stage one is gonna be presence. David, what you laughing at? Omari, why? What's that? 17 divided by. Listen, man. Number one is gonna be presence. Number two is gonna be intrigue. Number three is gonna be comfort. See what I'm saying? So number one is command. I'm gonna go to number one real quick. So y'all pay attention and y'all who watch this video back, make sure if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Uh, let's hit this goal. We're on the road to 2K. Let's at least by at least by Halloween, October 31st, we gotta hit 2K. We're gonna hit it before that, but I'm just saying. So when you first go to an event, fellas, first thing you want to do is command the room with subtle presence. Now listen up. Don't try to be the loudest or the most animated. You understand what I'm saying? Don't try to be the loudest or the most animated. All you got to do is stand tall, have your shoulders back, um, slow movements count. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't got to be moving all jittery and shit. Just calm the fuck down and move at the fucking pace. You understand what I'm saying? And I always tell you how to breathe. You know, I'm big on breathing in terms of just, it don't matter where you're at. And like you could be at the crib, you could be on the moon. But if you breathe a correct way, slow the fuck down and breathe in a way where you tap into the, what do they call it? Theta waves. Calm the fuck down and breathe. And breathe from your navel, right above your pubic hair. Breathe, and even right now, if y'all watching this video, y'all could take both of your hands like this, and you know, right above your fucking, next to your belly button, a little bit under your belly button. That's where you want to. breathe. You understand what I'm saying? What's good, Will? You want to breathe really slow, and you want to make sure, because that's how you're going to do the first thing on this fucking list, which is command the room with subtle presence. You know what I'm saying? It's not really hard. It's, in my opinion, it's more biological, which most of my content is wrapped around biology. And where most guys go wrong is they're saying, "Oh, what do I say? What do I do? What do I say?" But I just told you, you breathe in a way where no matter what you say, you're going to be seen as attractive. Does that make any sense? Ric Flair is not dead. Can we please get a RP Charlie Kirk train? Uh, how do you think a man or woman should dress when going to an event? Um, it depends on the event, but just dress how you know how God say, we don't judge in our house. You know what I mean? Like if I'm hosting an event, you just show up. Wear something nice. Right? Wear something comfortable and nice at the same time. Like it don't gotta be nothing too crazy. And see how I'm dressed right now. Even if I wanted to wear this, I would wear this. I mean, it don't really matter. Maybe I'll take this off and just wear the t-shirt or just blue jeans. It don't really. It's not about the clothes, but if you want to look nicer, it's up to you. But no matter what goes on, yeah, exactly. Um, I'm not gonna say clothes don't matter because again, like I've been seeing the opposite. To be honest, I've been seeing the opposite. You know what I'm saying? If you dress down, people are not gonna really be as you don't look as important. You know what I'm saying? So like you gotta dress at least at a certain standard. That's all. Uh, so again, breathe though for the guys. Breathe very, very, very calmly. And breath work is one way you can always control your physiology and you can ensure that you control your mood through your physiology. You can control your mood. And when you control your mood, other people can't really push you around and make you feel all balanced. And, you're going to be a lot smoother. Um, so stand tall, shoulders back, slow movements, and be grounded. Women notice energy first. If your vibe says, I'm enjoying myself without needing attention, that pulls curiosity. If I'm gonna repeat it, um, if your vibe says I am enjoying myself without needing attention, that pulls curiosity. Now here's the problem. Like I said, most guys are asking themselves as soon as they get on a scene and there's women around, what can I do? How can I dance like a fucking flying monkey to get this woman right here out of all of these women to like me? And the bigger question or the bird eye view question is why do you want this stranger here? Yes, she's pretty, and yes, that's a signal. Okay, evolutionarily, you should want her, but in reality, which this is the problem, right? Reality versus evolution. What's good, CC Motion? How you doing, man? I remember you from the other day. What's good, bro? Garda says something about VA, and Garda says everyone put your phone number in the chat. Don't put your phone number in the chat. Um, so there's I like to call this. I came up with this term. Um, yeah, life been actually great, bro. And I remember you was saying a lot in here. I think last time we was having a lot of dialogue. So it's real good to see you in here, man. We're just talking about events and how to show up at the events and as men and you know, um, basically seduce at the event and shit. So basically, your physiology is gonna control um your mood and all of that type of shit. So shoulders back, slow movements, all that stuff. Stay grounded, breathing. I tell people do the 4-4-4-4. That's four fours. You breathe in 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds. And you repeat that over and over and over again. You repeat that over and over and over again. And the reason why you repeat that is because your energy is gonna your energy is like a fucking how do I explain it? Gas. It's like gas. It's like gas. It's like the train doesn't go without the fucking gas or the fucking car. So yeah, energy is everything in this shit. And in terms of an event, you really want to think about that because, like I said, most guys they come into an event, or even if you're going to Target, any place where there's a pack of people, you may just go directly at your target, and that may be not always smart. You know what I'm saying? Generally not, in my opinion. Now that I've been a dating coach for some time, I can say about a year I've been doing this, and not to say I'm some guru or some shit, but I look at science, I look at signs, I look at history, I look at things, and I notice that even in my life, I always tell y'all every time I had a long relationship, the chick was on my nuts from the beginning. Now, if I was running behind her, not to say that I never made a chick that wasn't really on me turn. Listen now. So women notice energy first. If your vibe says I'm enjoying myself without needing attention, that pulls curiosity. So the key word is without needing attention. Without needing attention. How do you enjoy yourself without needing attention? Can anyone comment below? If I'm at a party or if I'm at an event, how can I enjoy myself without without needing attention? There's many ways. If you're in a bar, a lot of people go and grab something to drink. If you're in a bar, you might just make sure your body moving a little bit. That's one of my key things. Like I have rules for going to clubs and like hookah lounges and shit. It's like I don't let my body sit still for more than like 10 seconds. Or, if I feel like I'm just sitting still, I'm gonna move just to the music or to the beat or something. Off general principle, just to make sure everybody know I'm alive. To have these pills that make women go to sleep, man. Y'all better chill out here, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to block you, man. CC facts, bro. Hold on, let me get this guy real quick. And give him 10 minutes. So yeah, like CC Motion said, bro, breathing is my number one go to actually, because it's like society is built in a way to make you feel nervous or anxiety or throw you off. And I notice this even sometimes when I go to restaurants, like it's just like there's this anticipation that people have, like, oh, this person needs to do something now. Like it's like if you really just chill and observe a room of people, like it get real awkward because they don't know what to say, and you might not exactly be thinking like what to say at the time, and then it get awkward, and it's like sometimes like I just pause out now and don't say nothing and just wait for okay, I'm gonna just see what they say. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just wait and let them. I'm a bask in the tension. I'm not going to speak just because I'm weak and I feel like I gotta speak. Yeah, nah, facts. I think I seen something on YouTube like that. They do it in the Navy and the Army and all of that. And I used to have anxiety in like middle school. So like around that time, I almost instinctually realized like breathing matters because I had to because it was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? What's good? Welcome. How you feeling? Shout out to Elena, welcoming everybody in. I appreciate you, Elena. But yeah, yeah, that breathing shit is so real, and I love yoga as well. That's one of my hobbies that I never got a chance to really delve in. I got a video actually on this channel of me in a spot that I call the spot, and it's a spot that I chill and sometimes I put um, my towel that I carry my book bag on the ground, and I just try to like go there. That spot, I got a couple spots. I got like three different spots, and ironically, these spots are the same spots that I can like have picnics at with shorties and stuff like that. So it all works out. But yeah, so I just want to add one to this first one that we said, and eat fruit. This is works for me. I can't speak what's best for y'all. Some people could eat burgers all day and still have high vibrations. I don't know how they do it, but um, grapes, watermelon, oranges, peaches, pears, and then fast. And when I eat fruit and I fast, it changes everything. Everything is neurology. Everything, our bodies is like full of like tunnels and shit. Like the veins is like tunnels, and they carry oxygen. And I mean, even right now, I've been eating some bullshit for the last couple of days, if not the whole week. So y'all could pick up on like that. I'm muffled. I don't know what to say. I'm off, but I'm still performing because this is what high performers do. You cannot take a break as a man, and I'm just gonna put that out there for y'all to know. But I know that I'm gonna get back to the program regardless, which is I eat fruit and I fast all the time. Now, a woman must be enjoying yourself without needing attention. I always talk about Job Corps. Why do I always bring that up? Because that's a highlight moment in my life where I was in another city and it was like an event every day. And whether we were having a simile or we were in the gym or in the, no matter where we were at, there were many times where I was very quiet and to myself. Because, like I said, I'm naturally a quiet guy, but I still am not a social, awkward nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? So people generally look at me and they think like, "Who is he? He seems cool." In a room full of 1,000 people, there's gonna be people that attracted me and then want to see who am I and shit. And that's a blessing from God. But there's really nobody that God put on this planet that it should like that people won't do that to when you really think about it. Now there's probably some really really weird, but in reality everybody can do that. And it's just by being yourself. Again, if you breathe in, if you're not conscious of how you breathe in and the thoughts that you allow into your mind and all of that stuff, people will feel like, yo, he seemed like he a little off, or you know you want to control all that type of shit. So anyway, be enjoying yourself. Try to figure out how to enjoy yourself. Change the state that you're in. All of this type of shit. Someone doing it too. Who's Shasha? You ever go back to Target Shorty? Question mark. Who is Target Shorty? Who is Shasha? I was just in Target today. I ain't hiding. Cece said, bro, I realized that too. When you're not looking for things you thought you wanted, they come around. Yeah, that's facts. What exactly are we referring to though? Are you talking about? I know you're talking about everything, but because I feel like it's a little different with different things, but it's still that's a universal law. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like in terms of women, it's like a lot of guys don't do it consciously, and that's the problem. And that's why I am game like Will giving game because even me, right? Like I know what you're talking about, CC, because in Job Corps, that's what was happening. The girl you met at Target, I was in your live when you were talking about choosing up on women. I said, get the one who likes you more. Shasha, the girl you met at Target, I was in your live when you were talking about choosing up on women. When did I meet you? At Target. Wait, hold on. What you said you ever go back to Target? Shasha? Shasha. Hey, you might not. Do you got my new Instagram? My new Instagram. Oh, we never met. I was live at Target, is what you saying. I don't know what you saying. I was in your live when you were talking about choosing up on women. I used to chase women when I stopped caring and focused on myself. For some reason, women noticed that. It's no, I know, I get that, and I see what you're saying, bro. And it's like that's really what happens. In NLP is a term that's called I think it's called your golden mission or something like that. It's like when you focus on, when you align yourself and your focus, you're the most attractive. There will be some people who try to pull you off of that track, but there will be some people who genuinely see you and be like, what the fuck? When boys chase me, I just find it adorable. Elena says when guys chase her, she finds it adorable. Hmm. Interesting, Elena. What about it do you find adorable when guys chase you? When boys chase you, what do you what is adorable to you? Shasha says you was on your live at the crib and you was talking about approaching women. You mentioned a girl at Target was nice and receptive and you spoke to her all night. Oh yeah, that was a couple days ago. That was like last week. That was like last week. So yeah, you said did I ever talk to her again? Nah, I ain't gonna hold you. Um, that's that's why people need to subscribe to the channel and lock in because it's way deeper, and that's what I was saying. Um, I got different perspectives on that those type of situations because I had created this rule for myself way before the beginning of the summer that I wasn't even going to talk to a woman that I just met for longer than like 30 seconds to a minute. So I abandoned my own rule that day, and you see that you know it has nothing to do with her. It has everything to do with me doing that. But I got other perspectives on it too, as far as just like women will do that. You know what I mean? Like I got chicks now that I see those same characters. Like at the end of the day, a woman is a the masculine gives, the feminine takes, the feminine yields. And even if a woman is not interested in you, she'll take your attention from you. And that's just facts. So if you give it, they'll talk to you. And you could like my whole advice for guys out here is don't be mad at that. That's the only thing I could say. And the way you don't get mad at that, because it can be frustrating if you care, is like what bro said to have a focus. You gotta be focused. You gotta have something. You gotta have a program, and that's why I'm gonna go live tomorrow and do the live that I was supposed to go live. But if you look at my channel, I got a live waiting that says women aren't your program. She's supposed to plug into your program. And that's exactly what she didn't do, but it's okay. I'm not begging nobody to do it. And that's what another thing y'all gotta understand too. I'm still learning too. So like I learn something new almost every day. And I learned something new earlier today. I learned something new yesterday. And you never give a woman all of your attention when you first meet her. That was a beginner mistake. And I knew she was doing that from the get go because when uh, I approached her and I made it real simple for her to give me her number or for us to exchange, and she sat there and kept talking, and she was curious, and I could tell she was a little attracted, but it just was like she was one of them people that was gonna just find. She was gonna dig until she found a flaw. So like it's nothing I could do. Um, she was a siren, no, a siren. I mean, I think I don't know. I think isn't a siren of a woman that's like trouble or some shit. 30 seconds to a minute. That's worse than I literally try to add CT like men don't exist in public. 30 seconds to a minute. That's worse when I literally try to ask. Shasha, what you mean? I don't know. They just seem cute, I guess, but they ask me out, but it depends on what they say. IDRC. I don't know what that means. Elena, you gonna have to break that down for me. I don't care what they look like. I just like personal facts. I mean, yeah, that's what women say a lot. And that's true. I believe y'all when y'all say that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Wholeheartedly, to be honest. Um, but um, you said it. They ask you out when they first start talking to you. Like they ask you out and stuff. Motion said, I don't know if this is normal, but when you stay on your grind, you don't really care about anything else anymore. Basically, that's how I be feeling. I'm really curious to see what Shot's talking about. That I ain't gonna lie. Let's see. Wait, hold on. Elena said I dated some autistic guy before. He was sweet. That's what's up, Elena. I think that what I'm saying. People should be okay with that. Dating people with certain things and stuff like that. Like you shouldn't judge them just because of. So that say a lot about you. Like when they show they act like, yeah, a lot of women like guys who like, okay, so like that's another thing too. Like women, they like that. Like a guy that's liking them. You know what I'm saying? Like a guy that's showing that he liked them and stuff like that. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't make eye contact with men anymore because I'm jaded and over XY chromosome holders currently. Yeah, that's funny. A siren, according to Robert Greene novel, was that of an alluring woman who keeps your attention via one of the five senses or all. She was attractive, but it's just like she's not like a lot of these women that I see in public, like some of them look, some of them are hot, and some of them are, she was a good looking chick. But I'm not gonna make it seem like, but a lot of women, like the one thing about feminine energy anyway is that it's just alluring in general. Like so, it's like that's science though, because they femininity is yielding, is pulling, is grabbing, it's attention seeking. So what women will do, which is the reason why guys are gonna always trip over their feet, is like women are being target shopping for something, and they seem to be genuinely minding their business. But then as soon as a guy go up to them, some of them really don't really. If they don't want you, they're not even gonna pay. I'm not interested. And I'm like, okay, I respect that shit. You feel me? Let me go, cause I thank you, thank you. But like I said, I don't mind. Like I said, that's why the program shit I'm about to drop so important, because most men don't have a program, and that's why they fuck up, or that's why they feel like they fucked up. Because if you have a program, what I found is that nothing bothers you, because they just don't. I don't know why. It just don't. When you have a program, you could talk to a chick for 5 weeks to two. You could talk to a chick as long as she want, and as long as you want, and never fuck her. Never nothing. You don't have to chill with her. Getting mad at women is a natural byproduct of not having no game. What's good, Joanna? It's a natural byproduct of not having no game. So every time a woman does something or don't do something, and you take that some type of way, that's just you being like not having no game. Because if you have a program, you genuinely don't care, and you know it's a matter of time. So it's like if she keep talking to you, it's a matter of time anyway. But a lot of chicks, you can't expect every chick to want you or be with your program. If you do, that's just erroneous within itself. What's good, Dustin? How you feeling today, bro? Where you checking in from? And again, 30 seconds to a minute. That's my personal rule, because I'm not about to sit here and be like talking like I really care, like I really know you. And that's what women try to get guys to do. And they do that so that they can not fuck with you. Because if you don't divulge too much information, TMI, early on, then you're still sexy as fuck. Because a man's mystery is what makes him attractive. So what a woman to do, if a woman is scared because she really need therapy and she shouldn't even be considering talking to nobody before she go um, to therapy or whatever the case, she'll jeopardize a lot of things purposely. Yeah, let's hear a joke. Shout out to St. Louis though, man. Shout out to the Lou. Let me see. So I don't know if she was a siren or not, but haven't thought about her at all since then. Like that's what's so funny. And I tell you, I live in the moment. Like I don't even really remember what she looked like. I swear to God, on my life, I don't remember what she looked like at all. Like I'm trying to as I'm speaking, I don't remember what she looked like. And that's a blessing, because if I did, that would mean that I'm really a loser. Not saying nothing offensive to Shay. I know you haven't been in here since that day, but I'm just saying this for the guys to hear. I've approached a couple chicks earlier today. I approached some chicks yesterday, and I will never remember somebody who didn't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I remember her because you brought her up, but I don't even remember her name. I got a book of jokes right here, as a matter of fact. I'm gonna read some jokes. I'm gonna read some jokes, man. I'm gonna read some jokes. I got a book of jokes. Hilarious jokes. I'm not gonna read too many though. Why do bears hibernate and sleep for 6 months? No, that's kind of whack. Hold on though, y'all. Let me get back to this. Let me get back to this before I do all that bullshit. But the reason why I got that book was because I'm like, man, let me work on my jokes a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Work on my humor. Let me see what y'all talking about. CC said, bro, this may sound different. Is it normal to be attracted to women in their 40s and 50s and even a little in their 60s? I'm in my 20s. Yeah, I think it's normal, bro. So, personally, when I was in my 20s, I wasn't that attracted to that age, but I knew like I had cousins that were dating older women and like, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. And, so it ain't nothing, it was never nothing that was like strange or nothing. But now that I'm 30, I don't know, bro. When I first got back from job course, I was like 24. And I smashed this chick that was like 30. And to me at that point, that was not like old or anything, but that was like older than me, if that makes any sense. But that was a minute ago, and I'm telling you, bro, it's like your age doesn't matter. It's just it's as much as you make it matter and shit like that. Shaw says it's not crazy weird, but death gives Oedipus effect. Stella got her groove back type shit. CC, but I know some guys who love Cougar Cat. Now that's hilarious. Yo, Shasha, follow me on Instagram at Game Like Will 30. Um, Shout out to Elena. What's good, Wickland? How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? Shout out to the ladies in the chat, holding things down as always. Light worker here for source love and light to you. Appreciate that. Shasha says, guess she was forgettable. No, I mean, what's crazy is she was really cool. That's what I'm saying. Like, now that not now my brain is starting to make certain, um, starting to grab from that day and shit. Um, she was cute. You feel me? And you know what it is too. I got so many points to make about certain things because I don't seen so many different angles with this shit. Like you gotta realize I went from like I was talking about reference job corps, and then even before that, I always been somewhat like the chosen one when it comes to attraction. Meaning like, you know, some guys are better talkers than others. Like some guys, if they didn't know how to talk, they wouldn't even have been shit in the game. And some guys got looks, you know what I'm saying, or women like what they like. You know what I'm saying? That was my early primal thoughts of women. Like some like this, some like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and one of my favorite cousins is a female, and like you could just hear the way they talk and shit. Like it's just weird. But what I'm saying is like, it's nothing that you can do. Like that's like somebody trying to tell me like steak ain't good. Man, you can't tell someone what they taste is. You know what I'm saying? So, but I say all that to say I don't seen so many women like me in my life that the type of attention she was giving me does not matter. Um, Um, like I said, outside of me wasting my time, I don't care at all. There's been many days where I wasted my time in the last couple years, just approaching chicks and just talking and wasting my time. That's why I came up with the rule to cut that shit down. Because if she didn't give me her Instagram or take my number in a matter of 30 seconds, she's not gonna take it. But that's not like guys don't pick up on subtle cues because we're not experienced enough. Like I said, I always got chicks just being quiet. I was never really talking that much, which means I wasn't pursuing them. You know what I'm saying? I was just around, and to be honest, that seemed more powerful. You know what I'm saying? It actually is powerful, but you got to expect the worst when you're going out your way to talk to somebody. It goes back to the old basic dynamics. I know I'm sure all of y'all got a favorite cousin or somebody, and y'all wanted to spend the night at their house, and it boiled down to those basic dynamics of like who's kissing whose ass. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like if you're always asking to stay the night and they're not asking, you kissing their ass. And even if it's all love and shit, even with a chick you meet in Target, you think she cool, whatever. It's a fantasy. It's a pipe dream. You know what I'm saying? If she don't like you, if the only way you know if somebody likes you is if they call you after or they try to get together with you. It's so basic and simple that dating coaches is gonna blow it out of the proportion because we need to make viewers and make more content and make money. But it's just that simple. It's too simple. Like and it's not just about money because I would have never guessed that. Which is why I said I wasted my time millions of times talking to women, and all you doing is fucking things up. Because why would you, if I'm a woman, I'm thinking, why would he give me all this attention right now? Why would he do that? Like I said, every chick that ever was on me like without me even really caring or giving a fuck. Like it was like they enjoy liking somebody. You gotta let them be who they are, which they enjoy having a crush on somebody and then really over time, pursuing you, really courting you damn near. That's what how my life has been. So once I like 6 years ago started approaching women because it felt funny at first anyway when I started doing that shit. But I knew like, damn, this is this bad chick at the corner store that I want to talk to, and I'm gonna approach her. That's gonna be my first approach. And I tried to learn that approaching shit, and I started approaching chicks. And to be honest, full 360 moment right now, I'm not too geeking over that shit right now. Yeah, I like approaching still because it's fun and you meet a lot of chicks, but the terms you got to watch out for what terms are you setting forth. Like you're setting like I said, every man is different. That's the biggest problem I've seen with me approaching chicks. Like you take a guy like me who chicks has always ran behind, put him out there as if I'm like a guy who's never been chicks running after me, and then it kind of tricks the woman mind. Like, wait, they might not even see you in this frame because you're so busy putting yourself in that frame. So that's what my experience has been like. And even there has been you know a handful of women I've met approaching and that I've has been successful. But I mean, if a chick chase after you, you'll never lose her. And I'm just keeping that shit 1,000. That's why I gotta change my content up a little bit and really put it to where like I gotta set the settings on this shit real quick. Because that handsome man game shit a little bit real. Because are you gonna treat a ugly chick the same way you're gonna treat a beautiful chick? No, you're gonna act different. You see what I'm saying? So I just realized like as a guy that women already liked, by doing a behavior that generally might turn them off, it's not really fun sometimes. Uh, I thought I was low key alone in this. It also happens the other way around with younger women and sugar daddies. What's up, Patrick, with the gift? You sent me a golden turd. Shasha said, "Do you believe true love between men and women actually exists? True love? I've come to learn it's really only between animals and children. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. There's a love hormone. There's a hormone that's released. That's what we call love, right? The hormone that's released. So um, it's open for interpretation. Uh, I bet Shasha. Peener says, cause they get shy, they like it. What they get shy about? I know that's right. You vibrate high as fuck, sucker bitch, and sucker free for real. Type shit, type shit. Keep it 200 says, why you got your hood on? And don't question me, man. Shasha said, but I do feel like some women get stuck in their head and won't reach out. You be thinking, I'm the egg, I'm not chasing the sperm. That's what y'all be thinking? Y'all be thinking that shit? I'm the egg, I'm not chasing the sperm. Man, like I said, every man is different. So, like, one thing I learned from, and I could take this way back to me in childhood all the way up to now, is that my experience is so unique that whenever I try to compare it or put it next to somebody else's, it's like it's kind of like it's like I'm cheating myself because if one man is receiving results just by existing and one guy isn't, that guy that isn't has to do more to get the same results as the guy that is. If the guy that is does like changes his behavior or starts acting from a place of like as if he doesn't have abundance already. Even if my abundance isn't like Chris Brown's or my abundance isn't like Trey Songz, it's still my own version of it, even though it's small. Like, I'm not a singer, I'm not a dancer, I'm a random guy from a small town, but I don't got problems with women, right? So why would I approach them? Like even in middle school, high school, I've never approached these chicks and yes, I do. Only reason why I respect approaching is because there's some chicks in high school I would have needed to know how to open more conversations with. Not saying I would have had to approach them because they already knew who the fuck I was. So I would have just had to open more conversations up, which thus would have led to a yes or no in what I was trying to do. But even then, it's like, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with knowing how to open up a conversation. And I think that's why women even do that, which is talk to you So if you walk up to a chick in Target and you're talking and she's there, she's like, oh well, he must want to talk. And the whole time it's like, that's why it's important to have a program and a standard where you're saying, I don't want to talk. I want to get your number real quick. Or what certain pickup artists do is called false time restraint. So it's like, I gotta go grab this milk and get it back to the house, but I came over here to say this, that, and the third. And then she's like, oh shit, well he's not, that works on multiple levels of thinking. Cause she's like, okay, he's not gonna be here forever. And then that makes you more attractive. And then also whatever. And again, that's a sign right there. If me saying that makes me more sexy, then doesn't that mean that me just sitting there talking to her all night makes me not sexy? Like, yeah, we would love to idealize attraction as if it doesn't wear off or you can't fuck it up. But me being someone who, like I said, was um, pursued like, 90 going north by these chicks, I clearly could see that attraction could get messed up. But I'm not saying like it could get totally messed up, but it could get messed up to a point where um, her mind is shut off about you at that point. I mean, moving on, you could like somebody too and still be trying to do that shit though. Like, so it's like, I think a lot of women are taught to be strong, and it's a difference between being strong and being strong and like just being strong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like doing something you have to do or doing something that you think is like better for you. Like, okay, this guy's an asshole. I like him, but he's an asshole, so I'm trying to be strong and not fuck with him. It's commendable, it's understandable, but um, it's more like you're doing something instead of just being strong. If that makes sense. Like, I can't explain it because if you're a woman, you're not going to agree with that. Like she said, like right here, I'm gonna give you an example. She said a woman is thinking, I'm the egg, I'm not chasing the sperm. But how many women don't chase the sperm? And if that's what you're thinking, which is a thought could be changed, manipulated, or anything like that. So a thought isn't really the problem. If you're thinking, I'm not going to do this, then you don't like that man enough. Because I'm not saying, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, the world is changing, so I don't know if it's real, if that's what y'all really think, or if y'all just saying something because it's so many beliefs that men pick up and that women pick up, and then not to, as if we can change nature. I've done seen countless amount of times. If a chick likes you, she's coming for you. She's gonna position herself around you. She's gonna try to get to know you. You could be the one, what they call it, the exception to the rule. You could be that. If you go to a school and there's guys in there and she already got somebody she's talking to, and this is the guy that she's talking to, but she's like in her mind, she's like, he's not really my type, but his personality, like you said, his personality is good. And then you show up and you are her type. She gonna be like, damn, I gotta get near this nigga. Because she's so deprived from being around a bunch of these guys she don't really even like. I don't want to harp on looks because that's not the type of content I choose to make at this era of my life. I do believe in getting haircuts. I do believe in dressing nice, but I also believe that women have a type, and I'm talking physically. I know they do. I know they do. Cause now we're reaching into the part where women say, "I like personality." That's your type. And if a guy does have, if a guy could still be physically your type and have a good personality, a guy could be 3/4 of your type and have a great personality. A guy could be 1/2 of your type and have a good personality. And I'm talking when you visually see him, you say, damn, he's attractive. That exists. And so I understand what women are saying when they say personality. And men say that nowadays, like personality. And personality is important, but I think it's when you talk about personality, it's so deep, it's like a rabbit hole. Uh, keep it. It's called style. Try it, nigga. Yeah. Keep it limping, pimping. Uh, hi, Gerald. Uh, Levant Davis says hi. It was good. Uh, thank you so much for the gift. It showed. Thank you for the gift. Elena says hi. Welcome, Levon. Gerard says oxytocin. This is wild. Y'all have a good night. Shasha says you probably have pretty boy privileges. Is your hair curly and are you fit and or tall? Then you genetically kicked up. Nah, and I don't believe that. Nah, I can't tell you girls what y'all think, but like curly hair probably is a plus, but I have a black man's, I'm black. I'm just light skinned. And in my heyday when I was growing up, women do like Spanish guys and shit though. I ain't gonna lie. Like I had a friend named Jason. He definitely was getting chicks for sure. But I'm just saying, like, we grew up with the nigga naps, and you have your family, your mom or whoever, your sister braid your hair to the back or whatever. I'm just saying, like, it's many different styles and shit. But it's not even that. It's like we grew up. It was different eras. It was the braids, it was the mini frills, and then it was the waves and the low cut. And what I started to realize is that I could pull off many different things. One of the best haircuts I could pull off was the tapers, the shit Ti used to have, the little taper shit on the side. When you get to a certain age, you just realize like you look good, and it's not just me thinking it. Like what I'm saying, it's these chicks is actually, and so like I don't I'm not a cocky nigga, and I don't really take too much ownership over like, and I don't like, I haven't really like been one of them like there's guys out here, no Diddy, that girls probably think I look better than. But these guys are dropping video after video. Handsome man game, handsome man game, handsome man game. If you think you're handsome, then that could make other people look at you and see what see it too. Like, there's chicks that's not that good looking that they market themselves and try to be that, like Megan the fucking Stallion. Like someone gonna comment in here and be like, "She's beautiful. What are you talking about?" I don't even think Nicki Minaj is. Ice Spice, she alright. She alright. But you know who really look good? Candace Owens. Yeah, I got a crush on her right now. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Candace. Yeah, I like chocolate women. I ain't gonna lie. I like that chocolate, and I like petite women. You know what I'm saying? Also, I mean, it's a lot of chicks that do content that I think look really good. Like that girl that was just on Kai's stream. What's her name? Blackwell. What's her first name? Forgot her name. Forgot her fucking name. I'm trying to think of some other chicks. I don't like Glorilla. She could get smushed though, but I don't like Glow. Um, it's a lot of chicks in the YouTube industry though. I just can't think of them right now. It's a lot of them. It's too many. I can't even think of them right now. That's some pretty Ricky, what they call him, Martin voice privilege. When you grabbing numbers like lotto picks, it's low key what feel like you collecting Pokemon cards all day. As a woman, we think, oh yeah, he dropping off with everybody, everybody. Yeah, like, and then it's just like, yeah, it's like every man can't relate to every man's perspective. So like, I think when I like started studying dating, I picked up a lot of habits from other guys, and they're not necessarily good or bad, but it's just something you want to look out for, like, because you're not them, so it's like you kind of want to develop your own game at the end of the day, which naturally has to happen one way or another anyway, whether you go through a horrible breakup or whatever the case may be. But I still do believe in God to a certain extent, to where it's like, like, you have your own path at the end of the day. So it's just like, whether we talking about God or just physics or just nature or genetics, you're your own man. So it's like I said, if me being quiet and just chilling got me a lot of chicks, like, it'd be kind of just as backwards to start running after chicks in your 30s. Like, it's like giving them all this like fake praise, like. And I'm not trying to knock women down in no fashion. I'm just saying, like, they just women. So like, when you get it and say you do hit it, like you, what does that do? Okay, like, okay, for example, most women assume most guys want some ass, right? But when you hit it, that next day you wake up, whatever, you might still feel good that next day. But in a matter of like a week or a couple of days, you don't even really, like, not saying you don't remember, but you don't care. Like, it's like it resets and you gotta go do it again. Because if that was your only goal, put it like that, if that was your only goal. And so, like, the question is, what are men's goals? You know what I'm saying? What are men's goals? That's really what the question boils down to. Because this is why it's so important. This is why what CC was saying earlier about having a mission in life or something bigger than the woman, because, or program, like I was saying, because she's supposed to plug into the program. It don't matter how good or not good she look. She's supposed to plug into the program. And that's why it's so funny, because if you treat a chick like she's all that, you just fooling yourself, because you buying into the looks and the makeup, and she might have some ass, but either way it go, ass is not pussy. So it's like, any you're gonna get used to hitting that. If it's fat, yeah, cool. But you're gonna get used to it. And if she's annoying, then she's fucking annoying. So at the end of the day, we all been kids before and wanted an Xbox, and we got one, played it all night, and then by that day number two, you like, I'm tired of playing Burger King. That fucking game that came with the Xbox, that Burger King game. I remember when I first got an Xbox. You know, that shit was fun all night. But then after a while, I needed WWE. You know what I'm saying? I needed something else, something I really wanted, because at the end of the day, guys are geeking over the looks. And I'm trying to geek over the mission. I'm trying to geek over something a little bit more up here, because it's just a waste of time. You know, I always talk about when these chicks was chasing me. You know, I was either always in school playing basketball, or I was at Job Corps. Those are the moments where I notice that I have the high ground over women. When I'm walking into Target or walking into Walmart and I walk up to you and I'm a fucking stranger, she has not been connected or been around me enough, or she don't even know what she's rejecting. She's just doing it just because just because she can. And maybe you did rub her the wrong way, but who gives a fuck? Like, you mean to tell me I gotta walk on eggshells and be Mr. Perfect? You understand what I'm saying? And she feels so good rejecting you because you put yourself in that stupid ass position. Teacher says you got your shoes on the wrong feet. Boy says, but these are the only feet I've got. Teacher says your socks are misplaced. Boy says, I know. I got another pair at home, just like them. Oh, what kind of ball doesn't bounce? A snowball. What did the rain cloud say to the daughter? Misty. Man, why are these shit so whack? These shit was funny earlier. Oh man. Which city always needs a compass? What's good, Call? How you feeling today, bro? Hold on, let me get back to the fucking topic. But I also want to respond real quick. Can you check out my football, please? I might could do that, man. I might could react to it. Um, Shasha says, nah, I live this. I chase some men. Trust me, it's a different vibe when they chase you. You're not first choice when you have to chase a woman. But the word, even that, right? The word have to chase is just not even real. But I see what you're saying if you like her. But what I'm saying is like, how do I say this without like, okay, I don't know what other guys been doing for 30 years, but I chased like 2 to 3 chicks in my whole life. One was in middle school. Um, and I'm trying to think of the other one, but it was the first one was like very like what second grade, first grade. It's like a white girl, and I didn't even chase her. I only called it a chase because the way she rejected me, I felt like shit. But what I'm saying is like, I don't relate to guys that have to chase women. I feel like if you look at my content, you might think that, and like I said, these last 6 years, I've kind of been falling into that frame, but it's not really me, which is bothering me a little bit because, like I said, I'm being misrepresented. But that's why I said, don't get mad, fellas, at the game. Don't get mad at the game. You're supposed to be misrepresented. Women are the type of creatures that they want what they can't have. And if you put yourself out there in front of them and you try to talk to their ass, they think they can have you. And biology is so petty that if they think they can have you, then their mind ain't gonna change until you change it. And that's why these pickup artists don't came with thousands of tactics to basically not brainwash, but change a woman's mind. Like, the push pull and the nays and these different things that make her say, do he really like me or not? Because the average guy like me, that's always been, let women come to him, he ain't got no game. So what he gonna do is just, okay, if he approach you, he just gonna let you think that he like you and leave it like that. I'm not gonna do some type of tactic and then walk away and then you be like, oh, women. Well, I think society like tries to act like women don't like tactics being ran on them. That's so bullshit. It's so bullshit. It's some bullshit. It's just a matter of did it work or not. That's what it is. Did it work or not? If it didn't work, then that should make it look bad. If it worked, then it look good because she likes it. And this segues right into number two of um, what to do when you go into an environment where there's a lot of chicks. Because once again, there's many different things you can do, and many different things you should and ought not to do. And you'll always fuck up and fail if you don't got any experience. So number two is going to be create many moments of intrigue. Create many moments of intrigue. What do I mean by create many moments of intrigue? So instead of generic small talk, which what I was doing in Target, because here's the thing I want to mention on that real quick. No matter how much he's smiling, no matter how much she's giving off this body language of like I like you and I want to get to know you, no matter how much she's doing all of this bullshit, all of this staged bullshit, it's just gonna fall into her mind as small talk. No matter what you do, how attractive you were in that waste of time you just gave her, when you leave and when she leaves, it was just small talk. Which is why you should not talk to a stranger for over fucking 30 seconds. You see the reaction that Shasha gave me when I said I'm not talking to a chick for over 30 seconds? Let me see if I can find it. It's way up there. Right here. She said 30 seconds to a minute and then laughing emoji. That's all they get. Because that's all you need to know. And this is what's so funny about all of this shit. If I'm approaching you at like if I'm out at a store and I see you, I don't need to have a long conversation with you for you to know that you are interested or not. And not only that, it's just my law. It's just my law to myself. I'm not doing that. Because even if she is interested, I don't care. Whether she is or isn't, I don't care either way. So I'm not gonna waste my time. I declared that to myself way back then because I could approach 4 to 5 more women in the time I'm talking to you. I could approach probably even 10 in the same amount. And just talking to that one, I could have approached 10. And you better believe out of that 10, at least one is going to be highly interested. It's a chance that I'm sitting here talking to you, like the shorty from Target, for a good 30 minutes or 20 minutes for you to go home, text me back a couple times, and then be like, I'm good. I don't even want to text him no more. Or whatever you do. That's a waste of my life. That's a waste of my time. And that's a boundary. So I'm not gonna do that. Because I'm not small talking you just to do it. But again, I'm not mad. I'm just observant of where my time goes, and if it's being put in useful places. Because at the end of the day, fellas, that's all you're doing is managing and maintenance in your time and seeing where it go. Because another thing, if you ain't got no game, it's gonna always backfire because you're not gonna be able to even persuade that woman to come out with you and go do nothing anyway. So now it's even way worse. But that's why I told you I'm learning new shit every day, and I'm learning so much shit that, like I said, the more you learn, the less you care. Like Bruh said right there, no rush. It's really no rush. The more you learn, it's as if time freezes because there's no such thing as time at that point. It's just nothing but attraction. So if I talk to you for 30 minutes, it's because I'm genuinely bored and I felt like talking to you. But if I want to link up and I feel like you wasting my time, then I'm going to kind of like, you know, disregard that type of shit because I'd rather be alone than waste my time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not so thirsty for you that I have to small talk you. I don't have to small talk you and get you to like me. That's like I'm no longer like the Michael Jordan shoes that everybody wants. I'm like I'm worse than Uptowns right now. Like Uptowns cost like $80, $100. I'm like Skechers that are on sale. What's BOFA? But that brings me to number two because number two is so important. And number two is so important because it's creating many moments of intrigue. And like I said, instead of generic small talk, you want to sprinkle in playful lines or light teases that make her feel something. Like Chris Brown said, not I need to feel something, she needs to feel something. And let me tell you why a woman, if you approach a chick and she gets you to start talking for hours, why this is gonna kill all and drain out all of your chances of fucking her. A, she's leading the conversation. Even if it's indirectly, she's leading the conversation. B, she's showing you to be a bitch because you're like not manly enough to tell her like, yo, this shit is over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what we doing? Or even if it ain't as harsh as you being a bitch, even though that's what you're gonna see you as, let's just say like you have a lack of experience, which still in her mind that's a bitch. So like, one way or another, it's going in the same direction, which is her finding an excuse or reason not to fuck with you at that point. So I'm just giving y'all maintenance control, damage control. Um, it's A or B. She likes you or she don't. So it don't take no 30 minutes. It don't take no 20 minutes with a stranger. It takes couple seconds for her to know like what, especially again, this is why I tell you how to approach 15 women a day, because even though I was just saying like it come with downfalls to a degree depending on how you view yourself, because you're going to get a lot of rejections. There is a lot of women that got boyfriends. I mean, there's so many reasons why you're going to get rejected. And again, the fact that you even put yourself out there, you got to get rejected. It's a part of this fucking the thing. But there's other ways to attract women outside of cold approach. So we're going to talk about that too, because that's something I've been looking at a lot. Even the way you fix up your Instagram, the way you market yourself, the way you do all of these fancy things, these stop you from having to go through the fire and get burnt a million times. You feel me? Because that's what's gonna happen. I'm just being honest. I don't even know how I got all the way over there, but just understand small talk is only good if you're the one having it. So if you feel like even down to women making you feel or framing it as you want to fuck them, you have to basically reframe that. Because as a man, I don't appreciate a woman doing that, because it's putting her in the position of he's trying to fuck me, and I don't appreciate that because I'm not a slut, or some stupid shit like that. And it's not sensible at that point, because you could just genuinely be trying to get to know her, and she's doing all that extra shit. There's a lot of women out here that's very extra and dramatic. I mean, it's more chiefs than Indians when it comes to that. It's more dramatic women than non-dramatic women on the planet, and that's a part of their makeup. So for the fellas out here, you gotta know that, and you gotta cut that shit off or cut it short. And then nonetheless, you just gotta be good or get better with women. Shout out to Mr. Lacari. Your game gotta be tight. You gotta tighten it up. I'm telling y'all from experiential things. You know what I'm saying? Those vids, the white jersey are the years red. Oh, that's your football joint. So instead of small talk, you want to sprinkle in playful lines or light teases that make her feel something. So an example would be, instead of saying some shit in an event like, "What do you do? What do you do?" That's another thing women to do, right? They'll talk to you so frequently that eventually they know by law of like references, they know that eventually you're gonna spit out one of those stupid ass things. Even if you got some like, say you come in kind of hot and you saying some fly shit, they know like if I just get this nigga to sit here and just talk, 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 you either gonna be so phenomenal or you're gonna make it all the way through. But if you sit here long enough, you're gonna feel drained or bored, and then you're just gonna say some stupid shit, or you're gonna say some shit that's smart, but it's still stupid because you're trying to prove yourself to a woman at that point. So it's a lose. It's no way, and that's why I say the only way there is to walk away. If a woman tries to um, get more of your time, you have to walk away, because if you're on a woman's time, then that's basically like following a woman off a bridge, metaphorically speaking, because she's not here to build nothing. If that's the case, the man is the builder. Um, so she's here to cause confusion at that point. Um, so instead of saying "What do you do?" you'll say, "You look like you get in trouble for fun. Am I right?" Question mark. You know what I'm saying? So you'll say, I'm gonna repeat it. You look like you get in trouble for fun. Am I right? these lines spike. These little lines. Wait, hold on. These little spikes of emotion pull her into your frame. They pull her into your frame. And that's what the whole thing of this conversation is. A woman is going to try to fight your frame. So if you walk up to her in Target, she's minding her own fucking business, doing some shit like playing with some fucking socks, bored out of her fucking mind. And you walk up there and you think you Joe, I would say Joe Schmo. She's gonna treat you like you Joe Schmo. But if you think you're fucking Johnny Bravo or some shit, she's her whole biology, she may be scared of you at first. And I'm not saying scared as in like you're some creepy guy, but like that too. But like she may just be scared, like, yo, who is this nigga? And even though she's giving you attention, don't be fooled by the attention. You gotta pay attention to the bigger picture. No woman is special. No woman is special. That's actually a fantasy. That's bad advice. Your mom may teach you that. It's bad advice. No woman is special. When you make a woman special, she's gonna treat you like you're average. When you make even a chick that's really on you, you know, she lets you hit it all the time. She can't get enough of you. The day where you treat her like Tony says, I sound lonely. How? How I sound lonely? I knew somebody was gonna start hating when I said that cold ass shit. I was just anticipating it. Daryl Mason, where your woman is at? I don't got no woman. I'm single. I'm single, my nigga. Is that what you wanted to hear? Just because I'm single don't mean I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And if you need a guy with a family to coach you, then go find him. Because I got guys who that I watch that got, you know, all of that, and they say the same shit I'm saying. So go ahead and find them. I'm 30 years old. I'm not married. I'm probably way younger than you, and um, probably just way more of a man. Why do people always think that they have haters? Is it impossible you're wrong? Nah, it's not impossible that I'm wrong. Um, let's look at what you said. You said you sound lonely. Um, that first of all, that's an opinion, so I can't be wrong to what you call it. You think what you think. How can I be wrong if you think what you think? You coming in here and saying that aimless ass shit in the first place was hating. Let's be real. And that's my opinion. So anyway, um, so instead of what do you do, you'll say something like, "You look like you get in trouble for fun." Am I right? And so you're setting the frame because again, um, frames is everything and all of this shit. Because at the end of the day, there's always going to be people who try to do stupid shit like Tony. Mr. Teller, what's good, my brother? He said it's not aimless. I aimed it. You see how sassy he sound with that shit? I aimed it. What are you talking about, boy? Like, just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Cause you attention seeking like these women. Mr. Teller said, why is Tony not focused on himself and getting this game that will benefit him? Man, something is inherently wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? Something's wrong with him. He's the weaker vessel. He's the weaker vessel. And when you the weaker vessel, you're gonna throw shade like a woman. Look, the women about to kick you out. You better chill. They about to shark you shit. Daryl said, "Can I see your hat for a minute? Can you take the hoodie off, bro?" Yo, Daryl, no. Um, he said, "I'm laying beside my wife. You're on chat at 1 a.m. talking about how to pick up women uh, while alone." LOL. I mean, you acting like I ain't had my fair share. You know what I'm saying? Like you act like you know a nigga or something. Like that's why I can't stand about you old heads. You think you know somebody and shit. And if you next to your wife, you know what I'm saying? If I was next to my wife, I wouldn't even be doing what you doing right now though. Yeah, your ass got kicked. She got you out of here for 86 seconds. I think that's 24 hours. Yeah, so man, if you ever come back, you better know how to act. And Daryl, you can fuck around and be next. But don't get Daryl yet. Let that fucking worm breathe. Because we're gonna read what he talking about. He said, "I think Tony is right, Will. You have a hoodie on and a hat in the room sitting in the dark." Isn't that my fucking prerogative? Isn't that my fucking prerogative, Mason? And don't I got the right to be bored? And say I would. Say if I didn't feel like going on live today. Do you ever think outside the fucking box? I know that shit probably hurts your feelings. But do you think outside the box? Because if y'all was listening, like my boy Teller said, if y'all was really listening, y'all would understand how little game y'all got. And you would understand the other guy that's probably still in here watching. You would understand that just because you got a wife, don't mean you're not the bitch in the relationship. And if you was listening, you would see that everything I said in this video was to stop people from ending up like you. And that's the problem. You're not listening. Yeah, you're not listening. If I have a client and he end up getting married, I'm gonna clap. I'm gonna applaud, right? Because I'm assuming he's where he wants to be. But if he's watching other guys on live and instead of clapping his woman cheeks, then I'm gonna assume that he's a bitch. So then I'm gonna be like, damn, I failed. Because this is bigger than just getting a wife. You know how many suckers had wives? And I don't know you, so I'm not trying to aim like that and shit. But I hate when I get distracted by Yo, we're Mason at. What's good, Mason? Anyway, instead of asking her if you're at an event, what you do, which a lot of y'all guys would do. What do you do? You tell her, you look like you get into trouble for fun, am I right? Now think about how much more sexy that shit sounds and more slick that is than saying, "What do you do? What do you do?" These little spikes of emotion put her into your frame. And that's what it's all about. Because even like these losers that came in here, tried to take the frame away. They tried to make it like they was somebody big and bad with a, they oh, look at my wife, look at me. blah, 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 blah. People do that naturally, to be honest. It's natural actually. So like, yeah, you get your ass banned and shit, but it's natural. What I'm saying is that women do that all the time, and the truth of the matter is a lot of the times is that guys don't got no game. And that's just the bottom line. And I understand that wholeheartedly. Women know it, I know it, and we all know. That's what be happening a lot of time. And so in an event, it's the same thing. You could go up to women if you want and approach a couple women, but and I'm gonna be honest, I'm still not against approaching women head on. I'm not against that. There's nothing wrong with that shit. It's just other ways that are more attractive than that caveman way. It's other ways that are more attractive, more seductive, and more charming. And we're gonna talk about those. Not tonight, but we're gonna talk. I'm gonna make some videos, maybe go live on that. Cause like I said, I got a whole video about having a program coming up. I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow. And you gotta have that because, you know, she has to plug into your program. Otherwise, just leave her alone. Last but not least, number three, build comfort through micro connections. I just tuned in, brother. I say this: being married can weaken a man if he lets it let his body go and you lose your game because you become content and happy. Content and happy. I don't know what you're trying to say. I think I can interpret that if I really try to, but I genuinely don't understand what you're trying to say. So like, I think you're saying because you're content and happy, you're gonna naturally have a disaster and turn into a guy that is weak. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe you chose the wrong woman if you become weak. And I believe you're not the here's the crazier part. You're not the guy you think you are. But so number three was build comfort through micro connections. Micro connections. Let's see. Micro connections. What does that even mean? What am I talking about? If you're at an event, once she's intrigued, you want to drop the pace. Ask something genuine, but still light. An example of that would be, what's been your highlight of tonight? Or who dragged you out here? Right? These are light questions, but you're building comfort at this point. Small touches, right? Mixing small touches, um, mixing small touches at the right time. Light tap on the arm while joking. Um, Guiding her through a crowd. This creates a feeling of we're already close, which smooths the path of seduction. And so I say all of this to say is that it's 1 million ways to seduce. So everything I said in this video, you could take it or leave it, but understand that it's more than one ways to seduce and to attract. This is just one way that if you go to an event or create an event or whatever the fuck you do, you know, an event could be anything. It could be me going to the mall tomorrow or some shit, and work in the environment at the end of the day because like I said, everything don't got to be a strategy. Everything don't got to be planned out, and everything don't got to. But at the end of the day, if you walk directly up to a chick, first of all, let me set the record straight. If you walk directly up to a chick and you say, you caught my eye, you look good, I like to take you out, whatever, and she shoots you down, who gives a fuck? That's one thing y'all gotta get rid of is the fear of that. And but at the same time, like I said, man, I came up with this concept a couple months ago, and I call it pivot to direct, right? So here's a whole concept in game called being direct with a woman, and then there's a concept called being indirect. Obviously, indirect is way more devious. Being direct is way more honest, and you're telling her right off the rip. And nonetheless, pivot to direct (PTD). I created this. Every three sentences, you make it man to woman by flirting or teasing or something like that. So say it's a chick I meet and say I'm chilling at Starbucks and then she works at Starbucks or whatever, and I know I'm gonna see her all the time and shit. So I don't just want to I want to take you on a date, blah blah blah. Even though that's generally attractive, to be honest, and say that. But I'm like, no, I don't feel like um, letting my intentions be unveiled right now in this very moment. I could just have regular basic conversation, but pivot it to every three sentences, say something to let her know it's man to woman, not friend to friend, or I don't want to be your friend or something like that. And and not only that, right? Because that's just the surface. Because a chick could easily get even turned off if you're doing that. So like, um, body language matters. We'll make more videos about body language because I think that shit is actually the pinnacle of game. I haven't talked about it a lot, but I actually do see that shit means a very lot, a whole lot. I don't know if a very lot is a sentence, but a whole lot. It means much. Um, I'm saying this. He get fat. He can't approach women no more. He lose that for being faithful too long. He concentrate only on her. Um, it depends on the guy. It depends on the guy. It depends on the guy. See you saying disrespectful things to me, and soon as I start speaking my mind, you block me like a little woman instead of standing up. I'm not the man, and you call me a worm. Who block? I ain't block you. Ain't nobody block you. We blocked the other guy. We ain't block you. So I don't know what you're talking about. But you know, mm, all I'm saying is it depends on the guy. To what you the other thing you said, it depends on the guy. If you get bent out of shape, then you're gonna get bent out of shape, man. I mean, like a woman is not gonna spare you for being soft, and that's one thing I realize about life in general. So one thing about my content y'all gonna realize and recognize is that I'm not here to play games and play around, man. Like if y'all come in here saying some stupid shit, then or even if it's some smart shit, it might get chewed up, man. He said you're a bum, fam. Um, so yeah, man, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna stay in the chat for a little while longer, but man, I feel like this was a wonderful chat today. Um, I feel like this was great. I feel like this was great. I feel like I actually feel like this was. I can't say it's my best live because I don't have lives where it was a lot of people in here, and that was actually a very cool live. What's good, George? How you feeling today, bro? Yeah, so we're just gonna kind of chill for the next what, like 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Any questions? Um, feel free to ask. Why did you block him? If what's good, Elena? How you feeling, baby girl? Why did you block him? If if you're a man, you can take whatever. If Tony is a bitch, chew him out. Don't block nobody. Don't call the police. Be a real ninja. You feel me? You better chill, cause another my shorty just came. I mean, I said my shorty. My bad. She not my shorty. One of the shorties came in here. That's what you call it. Sorry, I took a nap in the chat for a bit. One of the shorties that's a moderator, and damn, see, I tried to tell him. He told me don't call the police. You see the type of manipulation he was trying to run right there. That's an epic case of gaslighting and frame control. Like, oh, you're calling the police. You're the type of guy to call the police. I ain't block you. So what you talking about? I ain't even block you. What are you talking about? He said, do a flip. Why you subscribing, bro? You just gonna get kicked out if you keep talking shit. She said, in you, I just deleted the chat. Paco said, and bruh, ain't nothing wrong with police. Read a book. Yeah, Lama. Yo, shit. Let me see, man. I got some jokes for y'all. Who can wait? Hold on. Who never gets paid for a day's work? Nah, that shit's so whack, man. I can't even say that shit. I got a better joke. What's a drug dealer's favorite shape? Trap angle. What's good, Tony? Hey, bro, I woke up to drink some water, lol, and had to come here and like your live. And everyone make sure if you're new, double tap the screen, share, subscribe, and turn on all notifications ASAP. Facts. My guy, what's good, bro? Tony and the motherfucker, what's good, man? Shout out to Tony, man. Real loyal subscriber, always locking in, always showing love, man. I appreciate you, bro. I got some good hold on. The fuck is trapping? All right, Tony, my boy Tony said he going back to sleep. I'll be back on your live. Sorry for that. For sure, man. I'm gonna try to go live during the day more often. Paco said I'm about to mod myself. Paco, I'm gonna mod you. I'm gonna mod you. You good? Go ahead and subscribe and hit the like button. I think you already subscribed though. I'm not sure. We not modding everybody, y'all. Don't worry. We gonna keep the moderators, but we also take wrenches away. So y'all could also vote sometimes too, and we can vote and do that. If somebody's saying some weird shit, because sometimes I get on some shit where I just mod people. So, but we know who the real ones is though, so it don't even matter. And there's two different types of moderators. We got managing moderators and we got standard. So I'm gonna turn Paco to a standard. I like when my mods communicate with each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tony. Much love, Tony. Daryl said, Paco asked what's wrong with the police. Will look at the type of car he is. He will block me. Will look at the type of dude he is, bro. I don't want to be mod. I want to ban myself. Yeah, man. I'm gonna unmod this guy then. Yeah, man. I'm gonna unmod this guy then. You ungrateful motherfucker. Matter of fact, I'm gonna remove as standard moderator. Go ahead and comment again so we can see that you're removed. What's good? Oh shit, he said door guy. Fuck you. Go ahead, Paco, and comment so we can see that it's removed. If I wanted responsibilities, I'd get a girlfriend or a kid. Man, let me see. Hide user on this channel. Yeah, man, you talking too much. What has one head, 1 foot, and 4 legs? Man, I ain't seeing no good jokes tonight. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't seeing no good jokes, man. Um, you said, what's the worst thing a female did to you in a relationship? Um, Mm-hmm. I don't know, bro. Like I said, bro, like I ain't really the type of guy to get ran over or none of that. I put it like this: the worst thing that I could recall that, you know what I'm saying? Nothing. Like disrespect, challenging, a little challenge or some shit. Like not giving me no head when I ask for it. Like, mm. Yeah, another rule I got as a man: if you gotta ask to be in charge, then you just need to just get a new girlfriend. Like if you gotta do it, and then that's my whole point. Like I can't relate, and that's one thing reason why I shouldn't be a dating coach because I really can't relate to certain people. I genuinely can't relate to certain people. Now, am I perfect? Do every girl think I'm hot shit? No, I wouldn't go that far. But in the right situation and in the right circumstances, I'm literally giving a bitch a chance. I'm being honest. I don't. And I feel that way. I feel like I'm giving her a chance, and I don't think every guy can relate to that either. Some guys can, but a lot of guys, every guy is different. I genuinely believe everybody's experience is different, and everybody's self image is different. I've been called cocky, not in a narcissistic way. Well, I've probably been called that too, but not by like a female. I think a guy was jokingly called me that, like one of my roommates or something, playing around. But I don't think. I think the word narcissism is also like. I think people when they see a guy who loves themselves, they just can't accept it. Can't. And it's easier to try to buck the system. It's easier to try to find his weaknesses. It's easier to try to find his weak points. But it's hard to just be like, yo, this motherfucker believe in himself. That's honorable or commendable, and just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And right now, I think we're going through something where a lot of guys are depressed. A lot of guys are weak. A lot of guys are feminine. And if you're not that, then they hate you. You're right. They can't accept it because they see your strength and want to break you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They see it. And it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, see, one thing about me, I grew up around some strong people. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, some of my most early moments in life, I was around some real confident people who got girls and shit like that. So, luckily, that happened before I was around other people who didn't get girls. Because if I only seen the other shit, I probably would have been a loser. I'm gonna be honest because it's so easy to lose. The average guy is a joke, and a woman is gonna treat you like a joke. And we live in a war zone. We live in a war like uh, era. Like when we was in the early 20s, it wasn't like that. Women say, "I'm going into my soft girl era." You shouldn't have to, because like you know what I'm saying. That you're a woman. Like what are we talking about? In the early 2000s, you were just a girl. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to go into because to say you're going into something is to say you're coming out of like some other shit. You know what I'm saying? So the average guy trying to talk to these women, and these women are not really women. And it's like you're trying to date a soldier. You know what I'm saying? They got 100 bombs strapped to their back, metaphorically. And you know, I'm not saying the world was never supposed to be this way. I'm just saying if you ain't got no game, it's gonna really be worse. It's gonna actually be worse. And I don't think a lot of guys want to hear that. I'm not even considering what women want to hear because I already know that they don't agree with a lot of stuff. So it ain't even no point. You know what I'm saying? Because women are women. Like they're bound to their own beliefs and shit like that. Like a woman will guilt you just because you approach women every day. Like I think today it was a chick that seen me and I see her around sometimes and she got a nice ass. She actually kind of look she kind of in my type of low key, but today she had a hat on like kind of like this cover her face, and she came out of the store and I said excuse me. She turned around and she lifted up her hat and it was her, and she was like she tried to guilt me for approaching because I by the time she lifted up her hat I was like yo excuse me like you caught my eye, and I said that to her before. So she tried to guilt me like, "Oh, you wrong because you be talking to all these girls saying that and shit like that." And I'm like, "How am I wrong?" You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm wrong for approaching women. Like, women. I don't know if she said that because she's on some shit like this nigga is trying to be a player, but she always talking that God shit when I see her, like some God shit. Like, and I just feel like people are kind of weird, bro. Like, sometimes I could be I see what sometimes I understand that I could be looking weird too. But I think women be trying to like I don't know if the word is interrogate, but not really interrogate, but like it's another word. Guilt trip. That's the word. Guilt trip. Raheem said you look like you was turned man. Tim said, yo, brother, you did it. Man, that niggas is weird. Crazy weirdo niggas. But yeah, Connie, as long as a man shows inward strength and is truthful and honest, they will always be respected. Um, mm, um, I ain't gonna argue that. You know what women really like? Women really like power. So I think a lot of the times what guys are looking at with this moral compass shit is they're alluding to that. They're not looking at the door behind the door. Because us men, we are very caveman like. We're very, like you said, honest and not honest in the fact that we tell the truth, but honest in the fact of dumb honest. Like, like women are a little bit, I won't want to say smarter, but they're a little bit more like um, almost maybe witty. I don't know if the word is witty. I don't know if the word is witty, but you know, there's somewhere in NLP where they said women think with both sides of their brain, where guys only think with one side of their brain, and I believe it. Whether it's because we've ruined our brains, or whether it's just because women are better than guys, I don't know which one it is. It really doesn't matter. The truth of the matter is that women can outsmart men a lot of the times. And I also heard that men are strong on the outside, weaker on the inside. Women are weaker on the outside, stronger on the inside. So there's that, a little bit fun facts that might ruin your, make it hard for you to put down your dinner tonight. But if those were true things, guys would be still dumb and not want to believe it. Because why? Because we are kind of dumb in that sense. And I don't call men dumb under no sense. I don't call myself dumb under no sense because I believe words are spells. But in terms of dating dynamics, I think women win that battle almost like, effortlessly. Usually, you really have to be an outstanding person to be better than women at dating. And in fact, a man that can control women can control other men. A man that could lead women could lead other men. You have to be unique. You have to be like again, like to go with what Connie said, be yourself. You have to be being yourself because you have to be tapped in. You have to be unique. Um, also, um, to go back to what I was saying, the door behind the door, right? So if it's a door that's right here that says, "Oh yeah, be honest, be moral, be integral," and it's like women don't care about none of that. They care about the consequence of being that way, which is usually some sense of groundedness or um, it's always connected to power. So even if you were a liar or a villain, but you had power, whereas though this guy that had integrity died because he had integrity, you do the math. That's crazy, man. Joe, what's good, Joe? How you feeling today? Where you checking in from? I'm not silent. I'm just out. We've been live for 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm just looking at the time and I'm measuring this shit to see, how I'm about to handle this shit. Good enough for mm, ever cursed, ever lusted. I hope y'all know that women are not leaders. Can a woman be a leader at a Target or a Walmart? Yes. but I'm sure she was placed in that position. But what I'm saying is like, if you know, like I said, we got a lot of content that's going to drop, soon. I got a Patreon for y'all who want to get on Patreon for deeper game. You know what I'm saying? Go check out my community tab. You'll see the Patreon. Also follow me on Instagram at Game Like Will 30. You know what I'm saying? Um, and all of that. My whole NO with women is just don't say anything that is a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta say less of because sometimes guys they talk because we can, and it's a waste of time to do that. It's a waste of time, and that's what happens a lot of the time, and not even realizing you'll get whatever it is you want. You'll get closer to what you want by shutting the fuck up. So what I meant when I said women are attracted to power, even in social dynamics. A woman to be attracted to a guy that could get way further with saying less words, or a guy that knows how to get what he wants, whether she likes it or not. Does that make sense? Power is your ability to make something happen, and no one has to validate it. No one has to okay it. You're just that fucking good at what you do, especially if what you do ties into being attractive. Say you're a dating coach or some shit like that, and you hone the skill. Everybody wants to bandwagon a winner. So when you're shooting in the gym and all of this shit is not it's not once again it's not demonstrating power in the gym. When you're in the gym working, there's no fans, there's no referee. You're just shooting that shot. Similar, like I said, when you go to Target and you approach chicks to get shot down, no one cares. But those moments are actually strength building and refining, and nonetheless, it's telling a story back to yourself that I love myself, I believe in myself, and no matter who hates what, you know, it does not matter, eh, at all, actually. But we getting ready to get out of here, man. 6 people in here. I don't know who in here. But I'm pretty much done for the night. Like I said, we're gonna be in here for a couple more minutes, see what y'all got to say. Ain't nobody really saying nothing. The day y'all stop working is the day you're literally agreeing to Satan and all of his vices. The day you stop working, that one day, not saying you can't take breaks here and there, but y'all know, like I know, you take a little break, it kind of creates a new spell, a new season where you're kind of like trying to like figure, like you're trying to always kind of get back to like the consistency you had in the first place. Staying on that first level of I'm doing it and I'm staying on that level. You know what I'm saying, Daryl? It's like how Nas said, one mic. All you need is one mic. But see, the average motherfucker, he need two mics, three mics, and by the time he do that, he like, damn, man, I'm not really, it feels like a drag at that point. It don't feel as clean as it would have felt if you just was doing that shit the first time. And a lot of that speaks also to attraction with women. And I'm telling y'all, you gotta know you. This is why I talk about game. Is and when earlier when I said you don't have to have it all written down and shit, you actually do, because if you fuck up, she's not giving you another chance to like if you approach a chick and you start stuttering or you don't consistently talk through, she's not gonna find you attractive. She's not gonna consider that shit. And you can't get mad because it's biology at that point. That's what I'm trying to tell guys. The less you get mad, the more game you got. Like you never gonna see a nigga with game get mad. Like that's one indicator right there. If you wondering if you got some game, what's good, OTF? How you feeling? If you wondering if you got game, that's the first thing you need to ask yourself. Do I get thrown off my center by bitches? And do I get mad when they don't text back? Do I study as hard as I go out and approach? Some guys go out and approach, but they don't study nothing. And then, okay, say you do get the chick, another nigga with game come through and take the bitch anyway. OTF, we just chopping it up, man. We about to end this live in a little while. You should subscribe. I'm a lifestyle dating coach. This video was about how to command the room, like when you go to an event and there's women around and shit, how to really like, what I'm saying, seduce a chick and stuff like that. And not only seduce a chick, but just seduce her whole friend group, seduce all them chicks. You know what I'm saying? At least 80% of the chicks in the room, you know what I'm saying? You should be able to really leave at least a good impression, you know what I'm saying? And I think that guys forget that that's the bare minimum of having game is at least leave a good taste in the bitch's mouth. And it's a lot of ways to do that. You just got also, like I said, number two was instead of small talk, sprinkle some playful lines and light teases, right? So the average guy like, oh, what do you do for a living? But you may say something like, you look like you get in trouble for fun, am I right? A little bit seductive question. I'm just saying. Something that she can respond to with her emotions, something that puts her in a mood where she's trying to get fucked. Appreciate the sub, man. Real talk, because we about to get out of here in a little while. If y'all want to follow me on Instagram, I'm game like Will30 on Instagram. And yeah, man, we just chopping it for these last couple minutes, man. Ain't nothing too crazy. But I'm happy to have y'all here. I'm happy, for the new subscribers. A lot of love was shown today. My energy kind of low because I've been live for 2 hours and it's the middle of the night. But all is love, man. You from Chicago, OTF? Every day is not going to feel like every other day. There's going to be times in life where y'all have good days and you're going to fall in love with those good days and you're going to try to compare days that don't feel the same way to those days. And that's where I influence y'all to journal, because when you journal, you're going to break what I just said. You're going to be like, okay, that was that day. This is this day. And this day doesn't have to feel like that day. You have to live in the moment. That is the biggest thing too, as well as when you develop game, right? It's like you got to do two things. You got to know what to say, but you also can't sacrifice living in the present moment either. Just because you have a script, and this is what a lot of guys think. They're like, because I don't had people tell me this, like, yo, I don't want to have a script because I like to just think on the spot and say shit. And I was that same way. But I had to realize, like, it's not so much the script. You just don't got enough game yet to trust that you still gonna live in the moment. Cause you can have a script. So then, yeah, I'm from Chicago, but right now, Oregon is decent over here. Where you from, bro? Yeah, man, I'm like New York vibes. You feel me? But yeah, that's crazy, man. You from that rack, man. Um, Shout out to Chicago, man. Real talk. And yeah, I be on every app though. I be on TikTok. I be all over the place, man. Cause like sometimes I meet chicks on TikTok and then they end up over here and shit. But yeah, man, I know it's mad shorties in Chicago. You knew Dirk personally, bro? I remember it was like 2000 and what? It was like 2000 and something, and I'm watching. I used to really like watch Dirk shit all the time, bro. Like it was the joint when he first got out of jail and got the haircut, and then for like a couple years after that, I just was watching all his shit. You know what it really is about Chicago, bro? When you in another state, it was the storylines that was being broadcasted. Like it was the storylines, like the little JoJo, little Dirk shit. I mean, little Reese shit. Everybody had like stories behind their shit. Nah, facts. So you from O Block, bro? Nah, bro. I ain't gonna lie though. Shout out to Chicago, man. I be watching YouTube. I watch a lot of people on YouTube, bro. I be watching mad interviews and shit. I be watching what's his name? Mimo 600. My favorite artist from Chicago or my favorite artist in general, like, cause my favorite artist in general might be Tupac. I don't really listen to rap though. And if we talking from Chicago, it might be yeah, Tupac, he a beast. I ain't gonna hold you. Young Mooch, you should watch his videos. He crazy. I screenshotted it. Screenshotted it, bro. I'm gonna lie, like I was watching what everybody else was watching back then though. He said Mac Dre. I was watching what everybody else was watching, bro. LA Capone. I was watching a lot of people. Rondo number nine, 600 Reed. Watching everybody from Chicago for real. I was just listening to Barry Me G. Yeah, Tupac really nice. If y'all look at some of my videos, you're gonna see I reference Tupac when it come to like dating and um when it come to dating and like Tupac voice, right? The voice he was good at. He had the best rap voice that we have ever heard because he knew how to stretch his words and talk from his diaphragm. As you can hear this whole video, I haven't been doing that, and that could be like a turn off in general. You know what I'm saying? But at least I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And when you talk to women, you really want to master your vocal tonality. And you want to breathe correctly, like I said earlier. But yeah, man, shout out to Pop. For real, man. There's so many dynamics that go into like attraction that it's not even funny. But this is why I talk about it, because when you get it entrained into your DNA, it's too easy. Talking to this girl, she ghosted me, but it is what it is, bro. Yeah, man. A lot of them be ghosting, bro. You really gotta think about the frame of how things was going between you and her. Cause like one thing like I noticed with this one chick I'm talking to right now, kinda talking to, like, you can't let women, you can't be thirsty. And we're gonna talk more about that in videos to come, but you can't, and when I say you can't be thirsty, you can't even let them think that you wanna fuck them. But a lot of guys don't know that because it's being pushed, like it's being pushed. Like Daryl Mason says, let's see what Jason Dart will do, Justin. Oh, y'all watch football, man. I'm a basketball guy. Yeah, you can't let women think you thirsty in no fashion. Like, in fact, you gotta, don't get mad, but you gotta let them know that you're not trying to fuck them. Because they stuck on autopilot sometimes. Like they think that's literally all you want. It's good to say, "Hey, girl, you beautiful," or nah. I mean, it could work, but in a lot of cases, I'm sure guys don't fuck women off of saying that, but it's like I personally don't think that's the most effective way for me. I think telling her she's beautiful is putting myself in a disadvantage. I think that making it all about me is where I shine. I think women like a cocky nigga that makes it all about himself. And you got to know how you want to come across the chicks. You got to make them buy into your frame. And there's a lot of coaches that say the word frame is not it's corny and it's like bullshit, but I see the use in that word because a lot of guys are not even thinking about how they're coming across. And the word frame gets me to think about the bigger picture, the bird's eye view. Like when you're in the moment, you're in the fucking moment. So it's like, like you might be horny and now you're making moves based off of that. But when you look at it objectively, and one thing I study NLP, so that's one thing y'all will realize and y'all will know when, if y'all continue to watch my videos, y'all know NLP is neuro linguistic programming. So what that means is a woman's neurology, her nervous system, reacts biologically to certain things, and so does ours. And as I talk to more women while studying NLP, I've learned and I've been able to scan what it is that I do consistently that may run women the fuck away. And it's the same thing every time. And it's trying to fuck them. It's not just trying to fuck them because they will do that. But they'll do it on their terms. But what I mean by on their terms is this. Because I know, like, I don't agree with doing things on a woman's terms, but um, when I say on their terms, they'll do it when they want to. Like I ain't saying like because a lot of guys also pushing that too right now. Like only fuck a woman on your terms, and I kind of agree with that. But it's like I don't know how much I agree with that. I'm not going with you. Like I agree with it, but I agree with it, but I don't agree with it. I gotta figure it out. But that's if I'm not on some like, yo, just sit there like a fucking scarecrow and then let her come to you and then um and because a lot of times what women do, and this is how they get guys, right? They reward you with pussy, and then they take it away when they feel like taking it away, which you really can't tell her what to do if she's moving like that. That woman has to know, like, you're the type of guy that is the prize. And sometimes I would argue that guys, and that's why it's so important to not try to fuck, because nah, I can't say that. I know I sound confused right now, yeah. I can't be confused for too long. So let me write some notes real quick, cause what the fuck am I saying right now? Cause I feel like I'm contradicting myself. Don't be afraid to comment and help a brother out. Cause I'm trying to see this shit real quick. So a woman, that's why I was telling y'all earlier, don't approach. Like I tell y'all, this is the problem. I'm telling y'all to approach 15 women a day. I've been telling y'all that for a while, but I'm coming to my senses myself that it's nothing wrong with approaching, but when you just like don't worry about women, kind of like what TC said earlier, you see a different, you see it, and I'm sure every guy have seen this. No matter how good you look, no matter how ugly you is, every guy has seen when he focused on his work, his class, his school, or anything that's tied to the system or the government. He sees women get, I don't know if the word is horny, but like turned on, or they get curious. That's the word. They get curious. And that curiosity makes them lean in. You know what I'm saying? It makes them lean in, and it makes them say, hmm, you know, something happens in here like, I kind of want this nigga. Do I want him? No, yes, no. Now, some people would argue that she's already on her own terms. Is she on her terms or is she on my terms at that point? Whose terms is she on? If I approach you and I let you know that, hey, I want to fuck you, that's on my terms. That's why I tell guys to approach. Because if you sit around and wait, if you sit around and wait, what's going to happen is it's just like, it's just, what are you waiting for? You know what I'm saying? As a man, like you could wait if you want, but we all know that when you take action, it comes with, things that, and not saying it's all positive, but, there's a lot of, as a man, it's just always going to feel refreshing. It's going to always, like when I approach a clean 15, I feel like that nigga, no matter if they all said no. They all could have said no, and I still feel like that nigga. Period. So that's more of an internal um, thing, and that helps you to that's inner game. And inner game is the winner game. Why do I say inner game is the winner game? Because when you could perform and you could go to bat for yourself when you're losing, or when it seems like a delay on your success, or that's the ultimate respect that you have for yourself, and the world and the universe is gonna, oh, look at this nigga really confident. So when you operate when nothing is working for you, that's called willpower. And women want a nigga with a strong will. Period. Now that's why you should approach 15 women. Why is it that I would even consider that you should, or that I should slow down on approaching women? Well, I already know. I've been approaching women for quite some time now. Not too long, but a couple years, maybe one or two, maybe even three, four. That's kind of some time. But I've been approaching women for about that much. Now every day, no, because when I first started, say for the first 3 years, I would only approach a couple. Like you know what I'm saying. Like it'd be days where I'll be in the mall or wherever, and I'll approach what seemed to be a lot at that time, maybe seven or six, seven. And so by that fourth year or fifth year, what I realized is like, okay, approaching women is not, it's nothing wrong with it. I honestly think that it's like a needle in a haystack though when it comes to like finding like a real relationship. Like I think approaching women is good for like one night stands. I think it's like if you go to a club, you can smash easy. It's certain roads that are easy, certain roads that are more like I can't even say it's hard. Like if you're at work or some shit, it's a little more serious because then the chick like, okay, this one. It depends on the chick. It depends on the chick. But that's why I say like sometimes approaching is not the right answer because depending on the chick and depending on where you're at, look, it depends on the where and the who. When it comes to was it a smart choice to approach and what was your intention? So it's the where, the who, and the what. Where am I? Who is this woman? And what do I want? Those three questions will actually zero in on if you just made a dumb decision or a smart decision. Because if I'm at work and I'm approaching a chick with a loud mouth and what I want is some ass, it might work and it might not be that bad, but it might also backfire, you know what I'm saying? So now you just and that spits out the calculation on whether it was stupid or not. Or say where I'm at is Target and who I'm approaching is some fucking random and what I want is some pussy. Then it's still again she could have a boyfriend. She could call her boyfriend. Oh, this nigga just tried to da da da, and now you into some straight gangland shit just because like you're approaching bitches. And I'm not saying you should be scared of that, but I'm saying on that day you're gonna know that okay, maybe I should have just not did this today. But that's what I'm saying, depending on how crazy it get. But that's what I'm saying. Guys don't think about consequences. That's why earlier I said guys are stupid because we're not stupid. We're kind of dumb compared to a woman. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? If the truth of the matter is women are attracted to power, and this is my opinion. I know I'm right, but this is my opinion. What's good, Apex? Women are attracted to power, and so if you approach the wrong woman in the right place, I'm just saying, I'm just trying to get y'all to see how many ways that you can like get checkmated, as well as show y'all how many ways that you can checkmate in different ways. I mean, it's kind of like up in the air. So it's kind of like I think I was answering somebody's question. It's good to say. I thought I was answering somebody's question, but I don't see. I don't think I see. I don't think I see um, what I was saying. Oh yeah, the difference between why you should approach and why you shouldn't approach. Basically, you shouldn't approach because there's other ways to set yourself up to where you don't have to approach. Basically, and it may take some time and some effort to even get into uh that second place of like reeling women in without having to walk up to a fucking target um a target uh employee that already has a boyfriend. Just so you could hear some fucking 21-year-old chick say, I have a boyfriend. And I mean, and it might not tear you to pieces, but it's like if you hear that shit enough, it's like, all right, my nigga, it's just annoying. But these women really be having boyfriends. So how the fuck is you gonna get mad at the bitch if she really got a boyfriend? Because it's incognito. See, the average guy really thinks he's getting rejected, but she really got a boyfriend. You know why? Because you should have a girlfriend. But see, it's systematic. See, what I noticed in quote unquote game is that single people do single shit. People who get into relationships, they there's a way of entry. There's a way of being, and there's hobbies, activities, and events that that are almost built. I don't want to say it's built because it sounds kind of cheesy, but it might be. I know there was a lot of speed seduction shit and like dating things out here in back in the day that I wasn't even around to see. But if that was back then there's got to be things now like dating apps. There's social circles. That's one of the biggest ones right now. And uh, there's nothing wrong with running into a chick on the street and getting her number or pushing shit forward or whatever the case may be. But I'm just saying that there's other avenues, and a lot of guys will never unearth those other avenues because they don't study game. They don't care to know those sectors. They don't care. They're not inquisitive when it comes to. But see, women are, and women talk to each other more about these things where guys don't. So guys are different than women. So women will put their friends onto shit, certain shit, but guys will tell their homie like guys that go to a party and leave a homie. If your homie get more girls, you guys, he we ain't hit him up to go to the party. You know what I'm saying? So there's in my opinion subtle differences, and at at age 30, I feel like I'm 25 at the end of the day. 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 Women are attracted to power. Women are attracted to status. And these things could be shifted from bad to good or good to bad. Now, why do I bring that up? Because, like I just said, if you walk dead into Target as a stranger and talk to a person with status that has on a red shirt that says Target employee, with a badge, and you think, oh well, I seen some nigga on YouTube approach your chick from Target, and he rizzed her up. That shit could go left or right anytime. That's why even approaching is a risk. That's why most guys are scared to do it, because it comes with a small little risk. That's why it makes you. I ain't gonna say it like, I don't know. Like, it boosts your testosterone to talk to women. I also wanted to make a video on testosterone. I got to. That's gonna be one of my next lives. I'm gonna try to create some testosterone, like I don't know if it's gonna be pills or some shit. All natural pills. Yeah, man, I'm gonna try to do that. Cause I already been doing some shit like that off camera, but testosterone is important. A lot of guys, when they get older, they like get a shot in their ass so they could have more testosterone, because they know how important it is to have that shit. But a lot of guys, don't know how important it is to have it, and they don't care to check their T levels, and so you know that's a whole nother part of the game we're gonna talk about. It's a lot of shit, man. It's a lot of shit that, because like we said, status could be seen multiple different ways. Just by you being like, I'm a scrawny nigga, right? So just by me, if I'm moving fatigue, like right now, I feel fatigue. If I'm moving fatigue, that makes you look low status, right there. You know what I'm saying? So it's layers of shit that we gonna just talk about, man. But like I said, we about to get out of here. We've been live for 3 hours, so I appreciate everybody who's in here right now. We got like two people watching, and you know what I'm saying. It's game like Will. We got three people now, but it's game like Will, man. I'm gonna see you on the next video. Um, any last words before I go? Another successful live for the books. Yeah, man. Y'all boys figure out how to get y'all status together. That's one thing that's gonna really help y'all. I feel like in this dating life. Fuck the dating world. In everyone's dating life is different. When you say words like the dating world is rigged. So if you try to fit in or go out into the dating world, you're gonna get regular results like everybody else. Your dating life is up to you. The things you do or don't do as a man is gonna totally change the amount of chicks that's chasing after you. The way you hook up your profile, the clothes you pick out, the professional photographer pictures you take, the parties you pop out to, the places you go to, the just everything, the transportation that you buy. You can, that's a part of the game too. Just different forms of transportation. Um, because when you get trapped at the crib and you can't go out to parties or do things, you ain't getting no bitches. Now you should already have a couple you could call, but you got to build that up. You know what I'm saying? It's hot as shit. What's good, chat? What's good? What's good, man? I'm about to get off. Let me show y'all my hair products real quick, man. I got some hair products today, man. First of all, we're gonna start off with the mane and tail, man. You already know this that Wiz Khalifa shit he was using when I was in high school. That motherfucker was using the mane and tail. This shit is a detangler. It smells good as shit. It detangles because right now I still got a lot of like mini little dreads. I got a mini fro, but like it's still like some of them is like knotted up. So this shit is well needed. I also got some shit in the mail right now. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna speak too much on that, but what's good, Cruz? How you feeling today, bro? And then we got the can too. We got the can too. You feel me? Formulated with a unique moisture blend of fair trade organic shea butter, organic coconut oil, um, olive oil, jojoba oil, mango oil, macadamia oil, grapeseed oil, avocado oil, and argan oil to help prevent hair damage. Plus, it's enriched with B vitamins to help encourage healthy hair growth. No mineral oils, none of that bullshit. You know, everything got a little bit of bullshit in it if it's in the store. This shit be smelling too good. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, man. Shit be smelling too good, bro. So I got a couple hair products today. And yeah, man, my goal is just to I cut my dreads off. My goal is just to keep my hair nice. And right now I got a mini fro, but like I'm telling you, like all of this shit matter. All of that shit matter. I'm not getting no braids this time. I'm not getting no stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? None of that stupid shit. None of that childhood shit. You know what I'm saying? Alo? None of that stupid shit that I had I'm not a child anymore, so I don't play games like a kid. But what I do is make sure that what I do fits me, like hairstyles and shit like that. I might also get one of them little swirl shits though that I used to have. You know what I'm saying? To swirl up the afro. It's a lot of shit, man. It's a lot of shit. Damn. It's a lot of shit, man. Just taking care of your hygiene in general. That shit does matter, bro. Like it do matter. Like type of deodorant you use, uh, just like little shit. Like you could get like one pair of like dollar store boxers. See, I like dollar store t-shirts, like white tees. Like I could still rock that shit anytime. Like I could go in there tomorrow, get a pack of them shits, and you know what I'm saying. I'm cool on that shit though. But what's good, Ray? Where you checking in from? Man, I'm about to get out of here though. I appreciate everybody, man. I'm just sticking around, just trying to see if y'all, if it's going, what it's gonna do. You know what the chat gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also just chilling, man. Probably won't go live in a couple hours if I'm still awake. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody in here, man. I'm out this mug though. Real talk. Now 5 people come in here. What's good with y'all? Make yourself known. Make yourself known, bro. All right, bro. I'm out.